Yay. So welcome to this moment. My name is Mena Develop, and I am the founder and chief energy optimizer of the Florrest Retreat Center in Middle Georgia.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rochonda Ferrelli, and I am a conscious leadership coach specializing in working with entrepreneurs, professional creatives, and pretty much anybody who wants to create something and make money from it.
Beautiful. Amen. That's the
Yeah.
magic combination.
Yes.
And I'm so happy that we have come together for a collaboration here with the Florist. And I'm so excited to talk with you about what's coming up and to get to know you a little more, and also give you a little feedback on what I just so loved about our conversations and getting to meet you.
Yeah. It's awesome to be here. I'm so excited about this upcoming retreat in May, which is why we're here right now, to talk about it and also to talk about how beautiful your venue is. And I haven't even sent my email list pictures yet, but they're going to be going out very soon. But I love like everything you have going on there. I was just magnetized to it for sure. So yeah.
Thank you, Ro.
So, yeah.
You're just alignment with it and how you took off with it. I was like, so what you're doing is for spiritual business people. Is that
Yeah. Well,
intention?
it's for I feel like, it's interesting because this is my first retreat and I've been in the personal development world for like 15 years teaching it. I was a life coach, a spiritual life coach for like a solid 10 years. And then I did corporate leadership coaching where I taught conscious leadership principles to a team of about 150. And then I left to create art full time and to work as a professional creative. And I've been doing that for a few years. And so coaching is definitely my first love, personal development, spiritual development, bringing something from the invisible to the physical. That is just what I'm all about. And so when I thought about who I wanted to have this retreat for, I was like, really what kind of came, it's not like I thought of it. It's like it kind of came and it hovered like right in front of my face. And that was conscious entrepreneurs. And as that was last August. And so as that's been unfolding and as I hear myself talking about it, what naturally is coming through me is it's not just conscious entrepreneurs, but it's also like people who are professional creatives or people who are professionals but would like to be a full-time creative or a full-time entrepreneur or somebody who just wants to create something and maybe make some money from it, you know.
I
That's
love because
yeah,
you
so I'm having
embody
yeah, I'm having a hard time like nailing down like one, this is who it's for. That's, I know that's the trick in like the marketing world.
that.
But yeah. So
Embody it, right? Because you've been in the world of coaching, and then look at that beautiful piece of art. You do that, right?
yes. These are magnetic geodes. And I actually started as a customer several years ago. I was going to order one from, I don't know if she invented it, but there was a woman in Germany and her work is phenomenal. And I reached out to her to purchase it. It was when I was coaching leadership programs in corporate. And yeah, it would have been like a fortune, probably around like 15,000 just to get it from Germany here. I mean, she's expensive. She's been doing it for a long time. She's very good. And she has her own paint line and all this stuff. So, you know, I really wanted it and I couldn't afford at that time 15K for art wasn't in my budget. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to start playing around, see what I can make. I'm an artist too. I just haven't really made it much in a long time. In fact, it had been like 20 years. I'd only created 4 pieces of art in a 20-year period. And so I started playing around. And now it's so interesting that we're in this part of the story because right at that time I was taking a emotional intelligence program. Okay, I was in a year-long program and I was learning about emotional intelligence, a lot of different things, but that was one of like the biggest things I took away from that program. And as soon as I started practicing emotional intelligence, the art just like exploded through me. I went from creating like one piece in 9 months to creating like having a 6-month wait list. So yeah, I ended up leaving my job, and the retreat that I'm hosting, the Alchemy Retreat, emotional intelligence is definitely going to be one of the key things that I'm teaching people. Um, the somatic embodiment and really being present in the now moment with your feelings instead of avoiding them. We talked before this call a little bit about like transparency, radical transparency, radical candor, radical responsibility. And those are really grounded spiritual principles that I feel like get missed a lot because they may not be like the flashy, oh, manifest your dream life, that like, oh, look how I made so much money in this, so people kind of like bypass that, and they might go, if they're really seeking, they might be going for like some other cool spiritual experience or what they think that they can get. But I'm telling you that those things are cool, but there's so much more to be experienced. And there's really like a flow you can get into in your life when you're integrating, a daily practice and then just these principles of a daily practice of meditation is what I wanted to say. And then these principles of taking radical responsibility, having clearing conversations instead of like holding things inside. People don't realize like how much energy that's really taking, and your energy is meant to be creating something. But if it's all like taken up by, worrying about this, didn't say how you really felt about that, still thinking about this past thing that happened 10 fucking years ago, that's all taking up so much energetic space. And so your field that's meant to be in this flow of creating is not really yielding you the results that you could have in your life. And I mean, I just say that because I was in the same, I'm a pretty loyal person, and I was in the same company for a 14-year period. Now I grew throughout the company. I just kept, I was manifesting, and that's how I was a corporate coach, a leadership coach, that was amazing. Everything was given to me on a silver platter, but I knew that there was something more that I wanted to do, and I couldn't really break free. It took me so long. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, it's these things. And I wouldn't say that they're easy or that they're simple. I think the concepts are simple. They're easy to be grasped, but they do take courage. And that's just a muscle you build over time. You just show up and you do the best you can, and you keep implementing them, and before you know it, like your path will, the universe just supports you. And really, like, stumbling upon your retreat center has been a part of this process for me, because I looked at other retreat centers in Florida, because I live in South Florida, it's a beautiful place to visit, I would love to have people here. I didn't find alignment with the right place, and I was really like, okay, where's this supposed to happen? So I found you in a Facebook group because I had been a part of a retreats Facebook group for years.
Was it Wanderlust? Was it the Wanderlust retreat?
No, I think maybe it is, but I think it's called something different, like Sold Out Retreats or something like that.
Yeah, that's the group, the general group before you get in the program. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, when you're in flow, I mean, people see it. Like anybody who's watching this knows what I'm talking about. Like the universe is gifting you these beautiful miracles in your life and these manifestations, and people who are, maybe meditating a lot or Kundalini yogis. Those are my brothers and sisters right there. We're seeing like a lot of miracles happening on lots of different levels. And when we're not, we're like, okay, what's off?
Mhm.
But there's even something beyond that. And that is the integration of these leadership qualities that are kind of being bypassed by all of the other cool, amazing spiritual stuff. But there's so much more. And that's what I want Alchemy Retreats to be about.
Yeah, and I love it because you embody it so well. I love how you create and the energy, and even you stepping up to host this first retreat and just do it with so much love and focus and addressing everything moment to moment. So when I saw your work, I'm like, she's embodying this. She's in the energetics and in the doing and in the background and the desire to help people. And so that's
Yeah,
why I'm so excited that you're hosting this. Is it May 23rd to the 26th?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Very
That's,
end of May, 4 days. So
all right.
yeah.
Is there going to be some art involved in the retreat? Tell me a little bit about your program.
Yeah, well, there's no art involved in the retreat. I do have another mentorship program I'll be doing again in October. And it's where they come in and they make the geode art, but it's very limited. And honestly, I'm not sure how much longer I can do it for just because it's in my home, So I've been doing it for a couple of years and I'm just not sure how much more I can create of that program. But the Alchemy Retreat itself it's actually the program starts before the retreat starts. So I'm sending everybody the Alchemy workbook. It's not a long workbook, it is called a workbook, but it's just a couple of pages. And these are some general questions just to really get your gears churning of, okay, where am I at? Where do I want to be? What's getting in the way of that? What am I struggling with most right now? What do I want most for myself in this next chapter? Just those types of questions to help you kind of percolate around this transformation that's going to be happening. Then once we come into, I called it like a portal. I'm in the middle of doing the landing page. So the 4 day portal is going to include daily Kundalini meditations. I would call them really activations. These are very sacred, ancient, over 5,000-year-old Kundalini meditations that I've curated for this retreat. And anybody who's interested, I would love for them to cultivate a daily practice. And so I want to support them in that post retreat as well. But in the retreat, so it's daily Kundalini meditations. Then we're going to get into, kind of bring up your alchemy workbook. This is what's here for me now. Each person's different. The first night we're going to do a fire ritual. I don't want to share too many details about that, but I'll let your imagination go. Because I know you have a couple of fire pits on property, and I thought that would be really great. Days 2 and 3 are going to be pretty much focused on helping the students embody and somatic teachings and emotional intelligence. So it's really, I know I'm throwing out a lot of terms there, but it's really about, okay, this is what I want. But when I'm saying what I want, I can feel it in my body that it's not aligned and there's tension here. Or I feel a clenching in my core. Or I feel a tightness in my jaw and my eyes are starting to water. So I'm going to bring you into understanding your system on a completely different level than you've ever really faced or known about. Like this is going to blow people's minds. It is really I feel like if there was any teachers around me teaching this, I would be there so much, but there's not. And unfortunately, a lot of the people that are teaching these things is very expensive to get into some of these programs. So I've been fortunate. I've been able to attend a lot of these trainings over the years. So I have this integrated into my system. But yeah, this is literally going to just, you're going to be like, what the fuck? You're going to be a new person with a completely new understanding about yourself, your whole energetic system, and how you are creating your reality, all of the amazing things, but all of the shitty things too. And why you're not able to really bring in what you want to bring in, that's going to be very clear and evident to you. And you're going to have the tools to work through it post retreat as well.
Beautiful.
So,
And the
in
nature
a nutshell,
here,
what's
like
that?
when people come to the Florist, this talk about portal. This is a space for deep transformation. I mean, there are 153 acres. So people are coming into a forest, a private forest, where it's rural area. You drive for 13 minutes and there's nothing for 13 minutes until you get to a small town. So
Wow.
basically there are creeks and trails and openings and all this nature and just this space, which is so rare to have so much space just to be in your energy and to say, okay, let me crowd out all these distractions, all these energies. Let me come to the core. And so every teacher brings their unique gifts. But what's the common denominator is a word that gets repeating is magic. And I have it here on the wall. And wow, that was magical. And it's this space of celebrating our true nature and coming home into the truth of what we are. And so I love the combination of the teachers that come in the community. And I'm so proud. And that's why I've spent so many years developing this space and getting permitting and all that.
Yeah, what made you have this idea? I'm really curious because I feel like you really do have something special there, and it's just you and your idea. I want to hear a little bit about the backstory.
Yeah, I'd love to share that. So I grew up traveling with my family around the world, and my family thought, oh, you're going to be in the industry of travel. And I studied economics and business. And 14 years ago, I went deep into consciousness. So I would, whenever I didn't have my boys, because I got divorced, I'd go on a retreat, I go on a training, I go on a certification. So my happy moments were the moment of growth, of consciousness, of expansion, of being in community. And so I've done retreats to India, to Hawaii, plant medicines in the Amazon, like so many retreats every year for more than a decade. And so I became this lover of retreats and said, when my boys go to college, I want to have a retreat center.
Mm.
The vision was there, and there was in 2018 Hurricane Dorian, which the root of that name means the gift, right? Hit Miami, and it was Category 5. It was parked right in front of Miami. It didn't hit Miami. It was parked right in front of us, and I had 2 investment properties, no hurricane insurance. And I'm like, I talked to a friend. I was like, I need to diversify. This is crazy. I need to sell a property and invest somewhere else. And he said, I wish my friends didn't live where they live right now. The next day, I got the video of the domes, this property. My mind just went, pew. My heart just knew that this was something that was important. I needed to go check out. So 10 days later, I flew over, sent my boys to school, flew, rented a car, was here for an hour, hour and a half, walked through some of the trails, saw the domes. I'm like, wow, the masculine and the feminine energy, like my name, Mena, the balance, and the nature, the expansiveness. And it was worth the same as one of my properties. And I'm like, I can do this. This is totally. And I did it to give. I was like, let me give this opportunity to these people. I'm going to invest. Let's see how we work it out. We didn't really have any details, but it was just a big yes in my heart. And it ended up closing on my dad's birthday. So like divine masculine support, like couldn't have
Wow.
planned it. It got moved. It was my dad's birthday, and it didn't work out with the people. They started to put some rules about what I wanted, what I didn't want. I wanted to know who was coming. It was all me legally. And they eventually moved out. And that was right before the quarantine of COVID. So this is February 2020. they move out, and I have, oh my God, I have 182 acres at that moment of land in Georgia. I'm in Miami with my boys. What am I going to do with this? I failed. It was like the greatest feeling of failure ever, that I bought something and now it's going to
Oh,
be empty. And we spent 4 months being quarantined in Brickell in an apartment. It was beautiful, but you know, two boys, preteens, each in their room, school on Zoom. It was intense. And that summer, I'm like, let's escape to the woods. Let me see. I need to clean up. I have to remove all of this yard trash. It was like 8 container fulls of yard trash I had to remove. But I was so happy. I was opening trails, and my kids saw my joy, and they're like, if you move here, we're gonna go live with dad. And the dad had been asking for them for 2 years. So I did this. I said, let's talk to dad. And off they went. And so they went to live with their dad. And so 5 days back in Miami to pack everything up, brought things here. And it's been a moment to moment, follow your heart, follow that expansion. And first
mm.
inviting friends, and then clearing up the property, and bringing a dome from Poland and setting it up. And then having
Wow, that came from Poland?
that big dome is from Poland, so I had to become an importer, a US importer, have an ID, and then learn how to bring trucks and docking. And I've had to learn how to do logging and thinning of the woods and so many things. So
Wow.
I totally know what it is to trust, that have that courage, that
Yeah.
100% responsibility of saying, okay, this is on me. What can I shift? What can I do now to move forward? And
Mhm.
and no, I'm okay. This is the first time I'm doing this, but I want to grow. I want to live in this alignment. I want depth. I want these connections of people who really want to be honest and transparent and grow and support each other. And that's the energy behind this space of really like, oh, let's be in nature. Let's grow, let's play. But even though I love traveling in so many things, this is the perfect canvas for like such a delicious possibility of colors and fragrances and geometry and people and souls and magic that can be so diverse. And that's why I'm excited. I'm not scared that, oh, you moved to a forest. No, there's so much magic. And like your retreat makes me so excited about all the experiences happening, the souls that are daring. And I like seeing the threads of what's the common denominator of what makes people successful. Feeling their yes, aligning with it, going for it, asking for support, communicating, celebrating, having this real authentic desire to help the other. And I think that's part
Yeah.
of the magic. Those are right, those are the key
I'm like,
ingredients.
that's everything over here. Yeah.
Yes, and I see you have it. And so I'm so excited for the souls that you're bringing in, and everything that is to happen, and uh, the edges, the uncomfortable edges, like just lean
Mm.
into them, and you're held, and the nature holds you, and the leader holds you, and the whole space is created so that you have these um these spaces and this energy that is here for you, for it to unravel and clear out in a beautiful, graceful way. Because I want people to be so excited to show up to their life and spread more light. So
Yeah.
to spread more light in the world, I'm your champion, I'm your cheerleader, and let's.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like everything that I do is for the expansion of consciousness within myself and to inspire that in others as well. And
Beautiful. Yes,
yeah,
because the only place where we can do it is in ourselves, and not wish external change, right? Because
right.
we're thinking, we're saying they're wrong or they should be fixed or right. So that's perfectly, I agree 100% with what you said. It's full responsibility for our embodiment, and then invite and share to the degree others want to, play and learn and receive the modeling of that energy.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
I feel like, well, I wanted to share about like after the retreat too,
yes. I want
because
to hear. Yes.
I feel like even though it's 4 days, and you're going to be people are going to be doing a little bit of, not a lot, but, a little bit of homework pregame.
Mhm.
Then we're in the retreat portal And then it's the after effects and the integration. And I think that that is, just as important as the other two steps. And I know that's one thing that people struggle with is accountability. And so we'll be doing one group call probably like a month out after the retreat, just to kind of bring everybody back to that energetic container that was at the Florrest. And then I'm also offering each person a 30-minute Zoom one-on-one to, kind of go through like where they started, where they're at, are they still struggling with something? Is there anything a little extra so that they have some private one-on-one time with me? And yeah, so I think that that's important to add too, because I've gone to retreats and they're amazing. And I feel like I do a pretty good job of like integrating things back into my life, but I know that's not the case for everybody. And I really am here to share things that are truly, truly transformational and will change your life for the better. Like I am all about what's the hack, where's the hack in life, how can things be done better, a better way, more efficiently, having more fun, making more money, doing the things that I love to do, playing in my zone of genius. When I discover tools like that, I'm like, oh my God, I have to tell you about these things. And I really want you to have this for yourself too, because the better it gets, the better it gets, the better it gets, the better it gets. And, you
Amen,
know,
sister. I was like,
yeah,
check, hack productivity,
yeah,
fun, fulfillment, share. And
yeah.
how you show up, right? You just want to give and share and give, and it's so palpable and just your heart. And so I really celebrate you, and I'm so excited that you felt that alignment in your heart. You were on the call. I was doing a workshop. It was you had blue gloves on. You were doing
I
art.
was working, yeah.
And at the same time you were also you had emailed me like beautiful communication. You're like, hey, is it okay, I'm going to be dropping off my daughter, I'm going to be listening
Right.
in. And not only that, you're a mom and you're an artist and you're doing all this work. So, and you're also married, and I know you're happily married with a divine
Yeah.
masculine that like brings you to center in his
He
power and
does.
say, goddess,
He does.
we got this, you got this, you're amazing,
Yeah.
I'm celebrating you. So yeah, you're the full embodiment of that, and I love it.
Trying,
Let's play.
trying, not
We're
trying to
playing.
embody really anything, even though it is a description of like sometimes when you're saying the full embodiment of like that feminine and then that path. But really, I just want to fucking have an awesome life. That's all that it is.
Yes, yes, yes,
I'm
yes.
here. I'm just like, yes to embodying, but really it's not, that's not what my motivation is. My motivation is to like have freedom. Like I'm a freedom and a truth seeker, freedom seeker, truth seeker. And I don't like to be um put in containers or boxes or, you know, those things that society says that we have to do in order to be successful. It is not true. In fact, what the hell is success? Success is whatever is exciting and important and interesting to you, and then allowing yourself to do those things, every damn day, that's successful. Feeling good, feeling lit up, feeling excited, having an amazing friend group, people that you can grow and support you, and having a partner if you want to have a partner, have many partners, whatever you want, creating awesome work that makes awesome money, just going all in on the things that you want to go all in on. And that's what I want for my life, and that's what I want for everybody else's life.
Yes,
That's what the Alchemy Retreat's about.
yes,
So
yes, yes. You know, I published a book called The Alchemy of Words in 2017.
no way.
Yeah,
Oh
so
my God.
when you talk about energy and all that energy and you create it and that's how you explode in your art, that's how I feel about poetry. I have more than 200 poems. I published that
Mm.
book, but then I have another one I haven't even published yet. Um, and another funny thing, last week I published a book with Jack Canfield, Success
I
Redefined. So you were just
saw
mentioning
that.
it. And
Yes.
So sometimes that success is even being giving yourself permission to be in the puddle, to be in the confusion, to be in the shedding, to be in the discomfort, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
So yes, the vision is to live a life that is authentic, fulfilled, but to get there, sometimes part of the success is to be willing to let go of the ego, to let go of who I should be and what people think about how I show up in my world, to really just transcend and have that alchemy, right? The alchemy is transforming from the base metal into the gold. And so that's an intense process, or even becoming a diamond. It's uncomfortable, but you, if you have that willingness to show up, then success is yours because you claim it, we claim it, I claim it, you claim it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, all of that.
Yeah.
That's it. That's a part of it. That's a part of it. And that's what really I think the tool of practicing emotional intelligence, really having that technology is what's been for me and so many others, one of the cornerstones to being able to face the uncomfortable and the unknown and the terrifying parts. Because without that tool, I would have never been able to leave the corporate job that treated me really well, paid me pretty good, um, and was like okay on my scale. I would have never been able to leave that. I would have never been able to like transform my marriage, and ask for what I really, really wanted, and to sit in the discomfort of that for months at a time, and before it came forward into a real story, you know? Um, and so being a part of the discomfort of starting a business or a side hustle and pushing it to the next level, or creating anything, there is some discomfort that's involved. But like you said, it's the pearl, not the pearl, well, the pearl and the oyster, the diamond and the coal. Um, you gave another example too, and I was like, yeah, that's good. That's all true, and it's true for us too. So yeah.
That's beautiful. Well, I'm so excited for your container. It's like a rainbow, right? Let's have a like initial workbook. Look at this. It starts with an assessment, an audit, looking self-awareness, looking within, and the retreat experience. And then when you have a Zoom call, an integration call a month after, the energy is still there. It's kind of a
Oh, yeah.
cocoon nest. So
Yep.
I love what you're doing, and not only group, but also the personal one-on-one, 30-minute call that I love that you're doing, because then it gives them these moments of, or I don't want to share this in a group, but just the ability for somebody to share something. It's like open it up to the light, remove shame, remove guilt. That's what's keeping us from having that alchemizing and
Oh,
changing.
girl, I got a special night for that too. So I have
Oh,
a very special
fantastic.
ceremony for that. I can't wait. I mean, there's so much magic packed in there, but yes, we'll probably be doing a special circle for that. So yeah.
I love it. I'm
Yeah.
excited for that, for you and for all
Thank
the
you.
people coming. So how can they find you? Where's
Yep.
more information?
Yeah, so my website is rochondaferrelli.com. And um, I don't know if you have your editor type it on the screen or not.
Yes, we're gonna have Joy at it here. So they're reading it right now.
Okay, so it's Rochonda, and then F is in Frank, ERRELLI.com. And right on the front page of my website is Alchemy. So you'll see that, and that'll have a link to another web page where all of the details will be there. There's a lot of information on the homepage too, but there's more information that I'm putting together this week. So that'll be up and live very soon. I'm also on Instagram at Ro Ferrelli, and Facebook and LinkedIn. Those are the three platforms that you can find me on pretty regularly. Yeah. So, yeah.
Beautiful. I'm
What
sure they're
about you? What about you? What if somebody wants to host a retreat?
Yeah, thank you. So for the Florist, it's Nature Retreat Life. I made it easy, so no missing of letters or anything. So Nature
Yeah.
Retreat Life, that's
Mhm.
Instagram. And then on Facebook, it's the Florist, TheFlorrest. And then the one I share on is Be the CEO of Your Life, Be the Chief Energy Optimizer, is Manifesting, Menafesting. And I'm so happy you joined us today. It was such a pleasure to just play and connect and learn a little bit more about you, and also get to share all the magic that is upcoming on your Alchemy Retreat, May 23rd to the 26th of 2024, just in case anybody forget what year we're on. And so you can reach out directly to Ro on her website, stay connected with us on social media. And we're so happy that you joined us on this call. Thank you so much. Stay connected. Thank you so much, Ro.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.